Hey, research papers. Research papers are cool. One of my goals, or not goals, rather, systems for 2026 was to read 3 research papers a week, just so I can make sure I'm informed of what's going on in the field. I am making sure I'm building my critical thinking skills. I can see what the trends are. I can extract insights and ideas to apply to my own work. Um, but my issue for a while now is that when I start getting really into research papers, I think beginning of 2025, I think, what happened was that I found a really great way to get into AI papers at my level was just go into ChatGPT, ask it to summarize the paper, maybe use Notebook LM if you're on the walk and listen to a paper, which was really great for the time because I was able to dip my toes into the field without being drowned in all the complexities of the paper. That was great. I learned a lot of stuff. I got introduced to a lot of concepts. I got to dig into deeper, got to reference in my own work. But then the issue now has come to a point where, as I'm trying to go deeper into that pool, my over reliance has led to a limitation that I can't look at the paper myself and actually critically understand. So if I actually get tired at that point, like I'll be reading a paragraph, I'm like, dang. So I just not go to ChatGPT and give me a summary. I think what I've been doing now, where I've, like I was, my mentor sent me this great paper about agent structures, like which one to use. So like what the researchers did, they actually found a quantifiable way to find which architecture would be best given the task, right? So it's a really great paper. I was reading it now, and I decided not to go with my usual approach of going to ChatGPT or Notebook LM. I was actually going to like follow the general advice and reading a research paper. So I read the abstract, and then looked into the introduction, and then looked into a conclusion, skimmed it, then went back, right? So I followed that format. I think it actually helped a lot. I was able to go deeper into paper. Obviously, there was stuff referenced in the conclusion, abstract, introduction that I did not understand. Words, lines, and what I did, I uploaded to ChatGPT. He explained this. So when I understand what they're talking about, I can, okay, now I can understand the paper more. I can continue reading into like the methodology, the results. And the reason I like this is because one, I feel less dumb. Like I actually like improve my critical thinking skills because that's a muscle you have to build. But two, there's an information loss when you summarize a paper, right? Because when you summarize a paper, you take the AI takes the most likely insights that would be valuable to you or just people in general, and then gives it to you in that like paragraph or two. The issue though is that there's a way that you would read a research paper and you'll find stuff that maybe wouldn't be important to even the researchers themselves or most people, but maybe it applies directly to your work, or maybe it's like a slight thing in their methodology, like oh maybe I want to apply that to my own work. I think that's something I've never really thought about. Like if right now I'm not doing any deep work, but I think in the future that may definitely help. I think it is fun to read them. I don't think I'm going to go cold turkey and say no AI for when I'm reading research papers. I think it's definitely helpful. It's a great tool to not get lost in stuff that you don't want to get lost in because there's a lot of pit there's a lot of pitfalls that I don't think are necessarily important to the overall paper. But I do think I'm going to be decreasing. I'm going to be aiming to be on the lower end of AI use as I read my research papers. But I'm still and as I say this, I'm not abandoning the whole ChatGPT summary, Notebook LM podcast. I'm still going to use that for general papers. Like I just want to get the overall idea. But for papers I want to dig deep into where I think it's a really interesting, I'm going to be going deeper into it. I'm actually reading a research paper. I think I've actually done this because I remember over the summer, I can't speak, over the summer in Chicago, I remember when I was doing LinkedIn posts, one thing I like to do to verify that my LinkedIn post wasn't just BS is that I would actually read the paper and extract insights. Like go paragraph by paragraph, look at the and results. So, maybe it's not going to be a completely new thing, but I think just making sure it's a more consistent thing is the idea. But yeah, besides that, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.